What's going on, good people? I appreciate y'all tuning in. Get comfortable. It's gonna be another good one tonight. Got my guy Jameer coming in, teach us about wholesaling, finding our own deals, and building systems. For those of you who don't know, don't forget, this Sunday we got our home buyer event on the 15th. So we definitely looking forward to that. There he goes.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. What's going on? You still in the lab?
Yep, I'm still down here in my office. I'm in a conference room right now.
Okay.
So
We definitely appreciate you, man, sticking around, making time for us, man.
anytime is exciting. I appreciate this opportunity coming on here.
Oh, nah, man. We appreciate you taking the time, man. Busy day today?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Just working on a few deals that I had, some new leads that came in and stuff like that. Trying to tweak some new systems that I've been working with, pulling like leads. So yeah, kind of busy. Slow week though, slow. I haven't really been getting too many deals, but that's how it is with the wholesaling business, some weeks you have good weeks and some weeks, it's slow. So that's
Right.
why you got to tweak systems and stuff like that.
I got you. But that's kind of like the highs and lows, I feel like, with all of us in business. One week you be like, yo, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm crazy.
Right.
And then some slow weeks you be like, yo, I'm mad I'm not busy, but I still appreciate it. Cause like,
Right.
yo, I need the rest.
Exactly. Yep.
So for those of you who are just tuning in, again, my name is Anthony Lee, A-Lee, real estate licensed agent, investor, father, husband, you name it. And tonight we're tuning in with Jameer, wholesaler, retired basketball player.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm done with basketball.
You hanging
Retired.
it up? You sure?
Yeah. I just play. Sometimes I play just for the fun, but I don't play no more.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's taking it easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kevin, and also I'm an author. Somebody said author. Yes, I did forget. Also, I'm an author. Um, But Mayor, go ahead, introduce yourself, let the people know, you're from Philadelphia,
Yeah.
your high school, what college you went to.
Okay. All right. So first, y'all, my name is Jameer. I'm from Philadelphia. High school, I went to Frankfort High School, but then I moved to Atlanta and I graduated high school out there. I actually played a little ball out there. Then I came back to Philadelphia, went to Rosemont College. That's up there in Bryn Mawr, by Villanova, PA, and all that. Played basketball for them as well. I played 2 years there. And then I graduated, got my degree in business and accounting. And then when I graduated college, I kind of still wanted to pursue basketball a little bit more. So I kind of went overseas. I tried the whole overseas thing out. I played in El Salvador.
So you ain't
And
tried out. You went over there and you
well,
played.
yeah,
You got a
yeah,
contract. You
I
hoop.
did. Yeah. So I was able to land a contract over there. Went over there. It wasn't the best, but it was a great learning experience for me. Didn't really play. I played at a little okay level, but I got the job done and learned a lot. Just going to a whole different country, experiencing a whole different world. Um, and then after I was over there probably like 5 months, and then came back home, and I went to Italy. I had worked out for like a few teams over there and tried to get a contract over there, but it didn't work out so well. So then I came back, and I feel as though basketball has served its purpose for me at that point. So I just was like, it's time for me to transition over to another avenue, and that's when I kind of jumped straight into real estate, and that was so I finished playing probably 2018, going into 2019. I just was like, I'm gonna just jump straight into the real estate business, and I was introduced to wholesaling. Didn't know that much about it. I kind of did some research, watched the YouTubes and stuff, surround myself around people that was in the wholesaling business, and from there I just started out in wholesaling.
So let's go back though. So one, that's a big jump from being in Philly to going to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then coming back, going to college. So when you went to college, what did you think you was going to do, you know, coming out of college? Like, what was your original goal? Always
So so
hoop or?
so when I first graduated from college, like what was my goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I graduated college, I just still wanted to pursue basketball. I feel as though I didn't get
What
that
was your
much out
degree in?
in business and accounting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how'd you plan on merging them, or what was the goal with the business degree?
So like honestly, I
There's
just
no
took
right or wrong
yeah.
answer.
I know,
I'm just
yeah. So I
curious.
took I took business because I always had that entrepreneurship spirit. So I knew in life I wanted to start my own business. I wasn't a big fan of working for no one. I worked, plenty 9 to 5 jobs throughout my college career, throughout my life. I just knew I always wanted to start my own business. I just wasn't sure. So I was like, let me take up business, and then I just took up accounting as well because I was interested into being like a accountant. I actually worked at a small accounting firm my senior year in college,
Okay.
internship, and I was doing like auditors, people taxes and stuff like that. But then that's when I realized that wasn't for me.
Okay. Okay.
So I did it, and
But
I
you
just
still finished. You still
yeah,
finished.
yeah. I still finished. Yeah, I finished college, got my degree, and then I was working at a little during college. I did a paid internship, and it was a accounting firm.
Okay.
So that's when I knew I was like, this is not for me. It just was too tedious and sitting at a desk and doing people taxes, audit. It just wasn't for me. I knew I'm like hands on. I like moving around. So I knew
That was
when
just
I was
busy work.
exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So
So then from there it was like, all right, you gonna go hoop.
I'm gonna go hoop.
You chased your dream, you explored it, and then
Exactly.
so where did real estate come into that? Like how'd you come across like especially wholesaling?
Right. So that's a great question. So, and it's crazy because when I think back, like I don't like honestly, I don't be like I don't know. I just know I went to go play basketball. I played, and then when I came back, I was still trying to pursue it. But then I just was like, what's next for me, Jameer? I used to just ask myself, and I was like, I know that I don't want to work. Like I don't want to, do corporate. I don't.
Right.
I don't want to do it. I don't like being on nobody else's time. And I just knew that I had it in me to start my own business. Like I knew, and I just was like, I see. I don't know. I just kind of like I started doing research about real estate. Like I knew what real estate was, but I really never. I didn't know the importance of it. So
So
then
when
I
you
just
say
was
the
doing.
importance of it, what do you mean? Like what's the importance?
So
What would you
as
say the
far as
importance is?
as far as the importance of real estate, as far as owning something, as far as generational wealth, passing stuff down, passive income, freedom, buying your time back. Once I knew the importance of that, I'm like, this is what I want to do.
Right.
Like, this is something that I want to do. And I educated myself more, and I just was like,
Through YouTube, you saying you learned all this
exactly.
stuff through YouTube.
So YouTube, and yeah, as far as YouTube, and then once I thought about real estate, I was like, okay, how do I actually get into real estate? Like not having that much money, my credit wasn't that good, and I'm like, how do I get in? And you go on YouTube, and this when these wholesaling videos come and stuff like that. So I started watching them, and then I started going to little meetups and stuff, like little meetups here in Philly, meeting with other people that's doing wholesaling. I actually, I'm not sure if you know him. His name is Matt Rice, Mr. Monopoly.
Oh, I know, Matt.
Yeah,
That's Bruce Wayne and wholesaling.
yeah. So it's crazy because I was introduced to him through through my sister, and he was doing it like heavy. He was already like a few
Yeah, he
years in.
he heavy now. Now he's killing them with the GC game.
Exactly. Yeah. So I used to shadow him. Like he was like a mentor. Like literally like I did my first deal. He got me like I did my first deal with him.
Okay.
And what I did was I shadowed him. He taught me like everything. And I used to just go out to appointments with him and stuff like that. And he used to just tell me like, not having too much money, you can like door knock, you can cold call and stuff like that. So when I just did that, I bought a list. Like I bought like a small list, and I was literally when I first started, I was like cold calling like manually. So like I will get a number, look one number up, and
would
like
call.
skip tracing and call like I promise day and night. And I was working a 9 to 5, so I used to work with kids that had autism. It was like a little part-time job.
Right,
So
something to keep the money coming in.
yeah, yep, yeah. I
So
had to. And what I used to do is crazy. I used to take my laptop to my job every time I get a break.
you doing what?
I used to go to this little room and I used to call. And then when I used to have appointments, I used to hit Mad up and like, hey bro, I got an appointment. And I used to give everything to him. And I'm like, listen, let me just shadow you. Let me just shadow you. And then, from there.
Oh, wait. I don't think you just. I think you peep, but I don't think they peep. So like,
Okay.
you said one. You was calling the leads at your day job
Yep.
and off the clock when you got off, but then you would get the lead. You wouldn't keep it. You give it to Matt and
I
break
get
Matt, and Matt's gonna keep helping you. But now both of y'all is bringing money to the table, which is in exchange for Matt's knowledge. You're doing some of the grunt work, but you're adding value for him to want to keep helping you.
and that's important. And also too, the reason why I was doing it too, and I recommend this for a lot of like wholesalers like that's just getting into business. I noticed that a lot of people try to do a lot on their own, whereas though, they take it upon themselves, whereas though they know so much. And I just never was that person. I just was like, okay, I know, I can, this is a stepping stone. Cold call. When I get a lead, I don't really know that much. I'll give it to him. He been in the game longer. Now let me just study him. Let me just go to the appointment. Literally, I promise, I used to study him. Stuff that he say to homeowners when he go in properties and look at certain stuff. So now I know when next time when it's time for me to go, I'm comfortable now because I know I know what to do. So everything I used to get leads and I used to be like, oh, hey bro, is this a good lead? And he used to run numbers and he used to be like, yeah, that's a good one. Trying to set up an appointment.
Right.
I'll call a homeowner, set up an appointment, and I'll be like, listen, bro, just take it from here and I'll just watch you. So and I used to just study him. And I remember I did my first deal. It was in Brewery Town. I forgot. I think I made like 3,000. Like I forgot the spread was probably like $6,000, and we kind of split it down. And then from there, I had it like because I studied them. I watched them, and then from there it's just like it was on from there. They say once you do your first one, that it's over from there.
Yeah, you locked in. That first one, it is like a high you just can't get over. You keep
Exactly.
chasing, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
Not, but that's why I really want to like, not harp on it. Like people don't understand. Like you get like how it is. Like now, like people randomly call you or people just hit you up. Like, oh, I got to ask you a question. Like you burning my hair up, like to get information from me, but then you like, yeah, I got a lead. Well, what's up with the lead? Why you don't call me when you got the lead? Like it's enough money for us to break bread. Like
Exactly.
I'll do, but you can't keep like just pulling from me. You can't keep pulling.
Exactly. Yep.
Like you're gonna do stuff eventually, but if you want to keep calling me, like either I'm gonna start charging you for these phone calls or bring somewhere where we both can make money.
You got it. You got to add value, and that's what I used to do. It was like I wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna get a lead and take it upon myself because I don't know what's going on.
But
like,
most people would rather bump their head than ask for help.
Exactly. So I just was like, I know this guy been in the game much longer. I know if I do all the dirty work, I grind, I call, I'm knocking on doors. Now I get a lead, I give it to him. You go ahead, you got it. You take it from here, and then I just learn.
So for the people that don't know, for wholesaling, like what's the basic elements of a wholesale deal? Like what makes a deal a good wholesale deal?
So that's a good question. So as far as a good wholesale deal, meaning as far as like numbers or like
no, just in general, like how do like people so like or let me rephrase it. What would be your motivation to pursue a deal? Like yeah, basically, how do you know if a good deal?
So this is how I know.
Ask who was the mentor. Matt, Mr. Monopoly. You know the big homie Matt. Oh, and question not so I'm asking, but you can say yay or nay. Did you worked on your credit? I heard in the earlier on you said your credit was a little rough.
Oh yeah, I got that. Yo, you know what's so crazy? When I first started in the wholesaling business, I actually maxed out all my credit cards, just trying
To get it
trying
popping.
this just to try because just to try different stuff. I literally maxed like all probably like between like 25 grand. I maxed all of them out, and it paid off though. But yeah, I'm good now, and I know the guy Nuke. He be killing it with the credit stuff. But yeah, I'm good with the credit and all that stuff
No,
now.
I keep saying y'all youngins coming up. I don't know how old you are, but I think you're a little younger than me. But it's like, yo, y'all jumped in the game and like y'all networking amongst each other and y'all
Right.
pulling everything together.
Right. Yeah.
You know. But no, so we were asking what makes like a good deal as a wholesaler, like not
As,
necessarily spread, but like how do you know like yo I can wholesale this versus I can't wholesale it? Let's keep it there.
okay. So all right. So let me as far as for me, I look at a good wholesale deal. First, number one, I like to see if the seller is motivated. So if if I was to reach out, so now I do different like all different type of systems, but I'll go back like when I first started when I was doing cold calling. So
Mm-hmm.
if I reach out to a homeowner and maybe they was like I was talking to them, building a rapport, asking them certain questions, and they pretty much saying they want like a cash deal and they in a distressed situation. So they like, I'm ready to move. The property been sitting for a long time and I'm I just need to get rid of it. First, number one, that's how you know they motivated.
Okay.
They ready to go. And now as far as a good wholesale deal, it all depends on for me, it depends on the area and the numbers. So that's why it's as far as like getting at a good price, knowing the ARV and knowing the condition of the home. So that's how I know as far as like, a good wholesale deal.
Right now, so I mean, from what you're saying, it's basically like three components. The seller got to have motivation. They got to have a reason. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
some type of whatever their situation is good with that.
Right.
And then other than that, hey, you want to know if the property needs a lot of repair, a little bit repair, a little
Right.
repair, and then the ARV,
The ARV.
repair value. The after repair
Right.
value is going to tell you something, but the only way the after repair value and what the seller is asking for is going to have a difference really is if they got a pain point, because ain't nobody that got a situation gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for this 250.
Right.
No, they need to sell tomorrow and they could get this 100 grand right now.
Exactly. Yup.
Okay. Nah, I mean, so that makes sense. And then I guess, so I know the big question everybody always asks, and I mean, I talked to you about this, like finding good deals. Like right now, Philly is crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's an investor. Everybody a wholesaler. Everybody
Exactly.
being
Yeah.
a wholesaler.
Yep.
So it's like, how do you get started and find a good deal?
So as far as finding good deals, for me, when getting started, finding good deals would be so you can purchase all different type of lists. You can purchase like tax delinquents, distressed homeowners, absentee owners. Like that's as far as finding good deals. Or you can go on. I know people know you can go on the it's like the sheriff cell. When I first got started, someone told me you can go on the sheriff cell and see people that owe so many taxes
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. And you can see. So what I used to do is crazy. What I used to do is I used to look these homeowners up. And sometimes when you look them up on Philly.gov, you will see they owe so many taxes. And you can see their mailing address of like where they actually stay. So sometimes I couldn't get in touch with them through phone because like the skip tracing system. So what I used to do, I used to actually go to their address. I used to write down a list. Literally, I promise. I used to write down a list of like probably a lot of homeowners that I couldn't get in touch with, and I will pick a day out of the week and I will ride around to each address, to their mailing address,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much knock on their door and just pretty much present myself. Hey, I work with a group of investors here in Philadelphia. We purchase properties, in this area. I noticed that your property, you owe certain amount of taxes. Just was seeing if you was interested in selling. I used to do that. So that's one way as far finding, trying to find good deals and people that you think will be motivated to sell. Because first, number one, they owe so many taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And then number two, if the property is just vacant and is just sitting there for a long time. So now they will
It's a
more than
change
likely.
of motivation.
Exactly. Yeah, motivation.
I like that. That's real dope. Like in regards to knocking on the doors, like what about the people telling you no? Like that didn't hurt your feelings? Like
I love this. So let's rewind back, and this is some advice for new wholesalers that's trying to get in,
mm-hmm.
people that's wholesaling now. So when I first got in, this is what I always used to hear. There's a higher percentage of new wholesalers getting into business and they lasting for like a week or a month because of rejection. So what I did when I first got into the wholesaling business, I already positioned my mind as far as, they all like you're going to hear a million and one no's before you hear that yes. But it
Okay.
just takes that one yes. So that's what I did. I used to hear like no's all the time. Like I'm telling you, from calling, knocking on people's door, people like, why are you coming here and stuff like
Cursing you
that,
out. Right.
cursing me out. And for me, I use it as fuel. It was just motivation for me. I didn't allow for it to stop me or anything like that. It was just motivation. If I was to call someone, they say no, I'll hang it up. I'm on to the next one. If I was to call, hang it up, I'm on to the next one. Because all I know in my mind, I'm like, I just got to get that one yes. Like I know it's going to take that yes. Knocking on knocking on people's doors, they don't want to sell. I go to the next door. I'm telling you, I used to walk down whole blocks like knocking on people's doors. I'm telling you, and until I just get that yes, it just take that one yes.
Okay. So you went from knocking on doors to now, how does the system look?
So now I went from knocking on doors, calling, to whereas though now I got systems in place. Whereas though I don't do no more calling, I don't do no more knocking. Only thing I do is I just sit at my desk, and once the leads come in, if it's a good lead, I'll reach out to the homeowner, try to negotiate at a good price, get it locked up, and I just sell it.
Put it on the list, put it on your list.
Exactly.
So I got two questions, but the one question, somebody mentioned to me taking deals off the MLS and using them to wholesale. Good idea, good idea. Just your opinion.
So I heard that as well. I thought about doing it, but it's just I feel as though I wouldn't say it's a bad idea or a good idea. I know some people that only wholesale from the MLS. I'm not sure how they do it. I asked question how they do it, but I never really put my focus into it like that. But I heard it's possible. Like I heard a lot of people just only wholesale off the MLS. So I guess for them it's a good idea, but I wouldn't say it's a bad idea. I actually want to look into it. But how I think is like, because normally when I get like certain deals and I send them to my investors, they already go look on the MLS and stuff like that. So I'm like, if I was to get it from the MLS and I send it to them, like how would do it work? So it's like, that's what I question.
Right. So
So,
my philosophy on it is I don't prefer it, right? So
right,
good, not bad. But I don't prefer it. But I'll say that the way you would have to do it is like your investor would basically have to you'd have to really trust them.
right,
They would have to really trust you because, and then on top of that, you gotta somebody they like, yo, well, I negotiated the list price down to 20K.
right.
Well, if you negotiated at 20K, now you gotta figure out how to get you paid. The agent still gotta get paid, and it's their deal. Why wouldn't they kick you out the deal?
Exactly. So I don't know. That's why I said I never really got into it, but I heard people that's some wholesalers just only wholesale off the MLS.
I got you. Yeah, that's why I said I was just curious about your.
He said I had bought.
He bought that way, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like when you finally find out, you looking like, damn, like all y'all, killed me in the situation kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
But in regards to now doing your business, and now that you got the systems in place, so you kind of got like the machine going. So it's pretty much it's a scalable situation.
Exactly. And that's the goal. And that's what you want to do as new wholesalers is. And what I did was my first deal, I invested my money back into my business. All my deals, I invested my money. straight back into my business. And that's just the way to grow if you want to grow. I know that some wholesalers, they get their first deal, make a couple grand, they blow it.
Gotta
But
get
when
the
you,
belt.
huh?
You gotta get the Gucci belt.
Nah, I don't care nothing about none of that stuff. I used to get all that stuff when I was like 18, 19. Now, all I want, I need assets. That's all I care about. That's the
I,
only thing I really care about. So
I understand. Focus.
I tell people all the time, even any business in general, you should always want to reinvest back into your business if you want to grow.
Right.
And that's exactly what I did. So my first deal that I did, I made $3,000 and I literally put everything back into my business. I bought postcards. I bought like little company shirts to make me look more, professional.
Hot.
I got a website made. I literally put all my money back into my business. Then close another deal, put it back into my business, keep putting it back, and then that's when you start growing. You start growing. I start going to like different I had went to this big real estate event. It was in Tampa, Florida, and literally this event was like $5,000,
Okay.
and I paid $5,000 to go to it. Some people won't do it. They say it's too much money. But listen to this. I paid $5,000 to go to this event. I learned I was the event, it was a weekend for 3 days. After the first day, I was ready to come back home and implement what I learned from
Already
there
one deck.
already. So I paid $5,000 to go to this event, whereas though I learned systems that I use to this day right now that just took my business to the roof.
Can you share with the people what that seminar was?
Yeah. So pretty much, so the seminar, it was in Tampa, Florida. It was this guy, Rafael Vargas, and this guy, he's like real big in wholesaling. And what they did was they pretty much taught you about putting systems in place
Mm-hmm.
to whereas though to automate everything. Whereas though you get VAs, you do text message blasts, like all different type of systems that I never knew anything about. I never knew nothing about these systems like ever.
Right.
So I'm just there and I'm like, what is this stuff? I'm asking people questions and I'm like, what is it? So when I came back home, I'm like, all right, I want to start doing like a different type of marketing because I need to start doing marketing for like, new deals. So that's when I started doing like text message blasts. I started hiring some VAs. I started doing like PPC, the pay-per-click stuff. And then it took for me to invest more money, but then when I realized like, okay, if I invest a little bit more money, don't be scared to spend a little bit more money to invest into these systems. I
Mm-hmm.
put these systems in place and now more deals is coming.
Gotcha.
Like more deals are coming. So I can give you I'll share as far as like systems that I got now. Like literally I have like two VAs that does a lot of cold calling for me. So I don't have to cold call no more. So I have two VAs that's in the Philippines that do cold calling for me. I have one acquisition, whereas though when the leads come in, she handled the leads, um, try to lock them up and then send them over.
Okay.
And as far as systems that I use a text message blast system. As far as you buy a list, you upload it to your campaign, and you start it, and it runs for you all day and reach out to people.
But you said you was gonna share it.
Yeah. The name? Oh, it's the system is called Roar.
Roar. Okay.
ROOR. It's a
So now,
text
so
message.
people always ask, like, yo, I don't know, I can't figure it out. So that's I'm look, we
Oh
giving you
yeah. I got whatever, and also whatever questions y'all want to ask me, y'all can ask me. I'll give y'all whatever y'all need. I'm here.
So you got Roar for the text message blast. You got the VA to scrub the lead down.
Exactly.
The lead come in. So I guess where can we ask? So like you said the sheriff's cell for leads. Then
So yeah, so it's many different sources where I purchase as far as my list, right? As far
Mhm.
as like lists. So list that the category that I focus on a lot. I focus on transfer deeds. Whereas though, when people transfer it over to like the dollar, yeah, like the dollar deeds. So I focus on transfer leads and absentee owners and also tax delinquents. They like my three main. One of the sources where I buy my list from is called Adam Data. Is a real good source.
Okay, you told me
A,
about that. But,
yeah, ATTOM. They update their leads and all that like all the time.
and then don't forget about the probate list. The probate list.
Probate, pre-foreclosure. I do all of them, but so I sometimes I do if I buy a probate list, I'll do mailers as far as like probate. I know that work, a little bit better as far as probate.
Right,
So
because passed away. You like, hey, I know your cousin.
exactly, yeah,
You want to sell
yep,
the house?
yeah. So how I set it up for probate, I'll do mailers. I'll hit them that way, and then I'll put it in the category whereas though I'll send this to my VA, and this is the probate. Now follow up with them. Hey, how you doing? We just sent you out a letter. Not sure if you got it or not, but we just was touching bases with you just to see where you are in the process. I know you're going through hard, so just like a script, just like that. And you
I
just,
got you.
yep.
Nah, that's dope. And then in regards to just say if I'm a newbie, I don't have no money yet. I know you mentioned sheriff's sale. Um, what if I'm just driving for dollars, like riding around?
I forgot about that. I don't know why I said I forgot. I don't know why that slipped my mind.
It's that's the thing. It's 30 different ways to get in the game.
Is that yeah?
It's
And
30
people
ways.
and people be asking me all the time, like, it's not no like I don't got no secret. It ain't no secret. Like honestly, it ain't no type of secret or nothing. When I first started driving, I still drive for dollars to this day. It's just like a natural thing. When I'm driving,
You
you
pay.
know, I'm driving, I see this house, I'm like, all right, let me write this down. Let me write this down.
Now, once you get into real estate, it's tough not to look at houses because when you drive down the street, you look at everything different now.
Exactly. That's all I'm looking at houses like all the time now.
And then in regards to just finding the contact information for people, I know I was using Fiverr at one point to skip trace. Do you have any resources for skip tracing?
Yup. So skip trace. So now when I first got started, I used to just skip trace like manually. I used to use this system called People's Finders. It's probably like 75 to 85% accuracy. But now what I use is called skip right. So what I'll do is I'll purchase a large list, maybe like 10 or 20,000 leads.
Right?
Yes, skip right. SKIP right. RIGHT. Skip right.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll pull a large list, 10 or 20,000 leads, and I'll send it all to them, and they'll skip trace the whole entire thing for me and send it back. Like
They give you phone number, address.
they give you 10 phone numbers, the address. Yeah, they give you like 10 phone numbers. They give you the address, and also emails.
Emails. Okay.
Yeah.
Messed up thing is you got a better chance of the email working than the phone number these days, as much as people be changing their phone numbers.
Exactly, yeah. But I never really. I don't think I tried the email way. But that's you are right. That would kind of make sense because people they change their number all the time, and sometimes that's why it's hard to get in touch with people. Some people it's hard to get in touch with.
Right, they got numbers from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. In regards to like being a wholesaler, like, so what's next? Like, you want to be the wholesaler king, or which way you trying to
No.
take?
So right. Oh yeah. So I ain't share. I'm also an investor too. So I got a rental property in Strawberry Mansion. I'm working on actually getting another one right now.
Congrats.
And honestly, I just wanted to use like my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal for me is to build a rental portfolio. I want passive income. I just know the importance of it now of owning stuff. Building generational wealth for my future family, passing stuff down, and just kind of I look at it for me. Passive income it just allows for you to buy back your time.
Right.
You buy these properties, fix them up, get tenants in there. Whereas though now every month you getting income coming in. So now it allows you to free up your time. You can spend more time with your family. You can travel to where you want. You can focus on other businesses. So that's like my ultimate goal. So getting into wholesaling, I'm like, okay, I'll get into it. Use this avenue to build some capital is an amazing way to build capital wholesaling.
On that.
Huh?
You put emphasis on that.
I'm telling you, it's so lucrative. The wholesaling business is it's just an amazing way to build capital. Once you figure it out, you do wholesale deals. You can make between 5,000 all the way up to 100,000 on the deal.
Right.
So what I wanted to do was get into the wholesaling business, build some capital. Now I can start investing, and also too. What I failed to realize, being a wholesaler is so amazing, man, because it allows you, when you want to invest, it allows you to analyze it. You know how to analyze a deal. So by me seeing all these deals come in, figuring out how to analyze them as a wholesale deal, now when it's time for me to buy, if something come across the table, I know this I'll keep it right away.
Okay.
So
See it first before the streets see it. So now you get to get it at an even better number.
a way better
Or
number.
put your wholesale fee in there and still get money.
Oh
Damn.
yeah. Exactly. Like, I mean, pretty much like wholesaling to yourself, right?
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
You mess around and get your earnings, your down payment money right back from the wholesale fee.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. So wholesaler, investor, using wholesaling to be an investor. So can I ask, why not be a realtor, or do you plan on being a realtor at some point?
I actually did. So I took the class. I passed the first class. I took the practice class. I got to do fundamentals, and then I got to do the state. So
Okay.
when I was in a practice class, it was tough because I was still doing the wholesaling stuff. So it was just like, I'm going to the class and then trying to run my business as well. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a bit overwhelming, but it was no excuses, nothing like that. I'm going to get my license, and the reason why I want to do it and the importance of being a realtor, it just opened up more doors, and also you can do more stuff when you're an agent and also doing the wholesaling. It's just
Wholesale, right.
you could be so creative, man. I know. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think you'd be dangerous because as a wholesaler, if you take them same principles to drum up leads, and you could turn it on and off, I'm gonna get a bunch of listings, or I got some joints I'm gonna keep.
Exactly. Yeah.
You basically control the market and the product because everybody know to come to Jameer.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Or you start, my man, start flipping them joints. Now the home buyers know he gonna have something coming down the pipeline because he got the machine.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I am going to complete that so I can get my license, man.
I mean, I say you the trouble, don't complete it. Look, hit me up. I got you.
All right.
I list them for you. We break bread. I'm cool.
All right.
I just need a little daycare money. That's what I tell everybody. I need to pay.
Add me to your buyers list. I'll definitely add you. Gotta send me an email. I'm thinking about probably sending out too. I got a strawberry mansion deal. I'm not really sure yet. I'm gonna decide. I thought about keeping it, but I think I might send it out. I'm not sure yet. It's a 3-story too.
Nice.
It's a 3-story, like 2,000 square footage. It need a full rehab.
I could imagine, but what's the numbers like?
What, as far as like how much I'm asking for it?
Potentially, yes.
I want 55 for it. I got it appraised already. The appraisal came back at 220. No, 225 actually.
All right, so let's play.
It need work though. It need a full rehab.
I was gonna say we just gonna assume it need a full rehab. So at
Yeah.
225, you know the zoning? If it's RM1 or
It's RSA 5.
okay. See, I don't know much about RSA 5.
So how do we get on your buyers list? Just send me an email. I'll put you on there. I'll put you on there as soon as I walk back to my office.
That's not bad numbers.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
If you got it, I was just saying ballpark, say you're gonna spend between 80, 90 to rehab it.
Between like 80 to 100.
Right. So ideally we keep it 90 and under. Ideally, the big rehab.
150K rehab. That's too much. I don't think we're gonna do 150.
Yeah, unless you turn it into like.
Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do a rental, you can do rental grade. You don't gotta pick 150 is you trying to do ARV.
They trying to do that 3-story deck.
Yeah, probably so.
Look, Taylor Construction, I see you try to scoop something up. Nah, yeah, you might before you send that blast out. I'm just saying, let's send it to the
I got you.
investing
No,
group.
yeah, I will. No, I got you.
Let's
So
let's let's.
I'm still trying to decide, but if I do, I'll make sure
So
I'll send it to you
how do you?
first.
Let's talk about that. What's your deciding factors on why keep it? Why wholesale it?
Because so this is how I look at it. Like, if I can make a certain amount real quick, I know another deal will come. As far as I know, it need a lot of work, and I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take me. It's gonna take up so much of my time. So if I can make 10 to 15 grand really fast, like, why not just do it?
All
If I
right.
know.
So let's analyze that real quick because I also think like you, and I have sometimes I do better. I could be patient, right? So that's why I was running numbers. So I'm saying 225 ARV
Mm-hmm.
at say 65%, or let's max it. Let's go
He
70.
said, "I'll buy it. How do I do it?" They funny.
So look at 70%. So you want to be all in at 157.5.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, ARV people 225. So we saying you want to be all in purchase rehab for no more than 157. So you said 55 purchase,
Mm-hmm.
and so that does leave you 100 grand rehab. So luckily, if you could do it for, we're gonna say something gonna go wrong. Let's say you're probably using Taylor Construction, so you're
Right.
gonna get the better grade contractor, better rehab. So it's gonna cost you a little bit, 85 grand. So that leave you basically like a 20 grand spread in between 80 and 100 that you don't spend in rehab when you refi.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, you still got room to flip for real, for real.
Someone told me that it'd probably be a good flip if I can get it done for like around that number. It will be like a good flip as far as the rehab. But that will be tough though, because if you want to flip it, you got to go higher as far as the upgrade. So I thought about it, but
But the material not going to really change that much. I don't know how many rehabs you've done yet, but I'm going to say the material not going to change it as much. It's more so
right,
the contractors. That's where
right.
you're going to get banged at, you know.
Yeah.
But with the right people, you know, you could map it out. So, I mean, like,
And also too, I'm sorry, also too, to share, as far as if you run them same numbers, and I'll let y'all know what my plan was going to be. So my one property I got in Strawberry Mansion, I do room rentals, and what
mm,
I do I'm killing them. So what I was going to do is this 3-story. I was going to put 7 to 8 rooms in there, and
okay.
cash flow probably like 45 a month. So that was going to be my plan.
How many
And
on each floor?
huh?
How many bedrooms? How many?
So I'll tell you my setup. The first floor, I was gonna have two bedrooms with a private bathroom, and then a
Mhm.
little kitchen area. The second floor, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The third floor, two bedrooms. So that's 7. That's 7 rooms. Like, I already had the layout. I was gonna do 7 rooms in there.
And you said, so what kind of tenants do you get with the room rentals?
So I tell you this. My and so as far as room rentals, people know they don't want to dorm. As far as, people mess it up, you get couples and all that. And this is what I say to people: it's all about how the certain people you target. So I target a lot of like elderly people that's on SSI. So that's my thing. And my one rental in Strawberry Mansion, I got 4 rooms in there. Everyone in there is like older, and they all on SSI. I have no problems. I don't get no calls. The one lady that kind of, she reach out to me all the time. She say it's quiet. Nothing goes on. So as of now, it's a good cash flowing property for me.
Right. So that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with it. I tell people you got to pick what works for you. And
Exactly.
some deals call for rooms. Some deals might call for, you know, multi-family. But, if you're getting the job done in the cash flow, I don't know if you got mortgage or not, but 4,500 in
Yeah.
one building don't sound bad at all.
No, definitely. And then your mortgage, I think my mortgage probably like 1,500, like probably like 1,500. And I would say, So my rental property now, it cash flow around like 23, and my mortgage is only 850.
I got you.
So I mean, I like them numbers. I
Look, but
mean,
so, and that's the trade-off. So like you gotta decide like, hey, some deals I'm gonna get a lot of cash flow, some deals I might not get a lot of cash flow, but I might refi and get a big bag.
right?
Or
Is that yeah.
or like you said, like, yo, if I flip it, some people like, well, I want to flip it. Like Kev was saying, like, yo, I don't want to pay them taxes because I flipped it.
Right.
You know, so it's like they all got pros and cons, but again, it depends on your goals. So like for you, you looking at it like in between wholesaling, I want to make money every month, so I know no matter what, I'm good. My bills is taken care of. I still could live.
Exactly. Because with wholesaling, if y'all don't know, sometimes you can go months. You can go months without with no deals. So I need some type of
So
income coming in.
that's, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I gave up on wholesaling and I ended up being a realtor because it probably took me damn near 2 years before I did my first wholesale deal, but it literally took me like a month to do my first deal as a realtor. But that's just me.
Right.
Like when I first came in the game, I was top 5 in my office as an agent. But I know some people who come to the game and they struggle for 1 year, 2 years before they sell any property.
Right.
You know, so then that's the thing now, like I probably do like 2, 3 wholesale deals a year because I still know how to wholesale. But for me, it got to be super easy on the wholesale.
Right.
Like somebody would call me and be like, yo, I got this house, da-da-da-da-da, and I don't want it no more. I'd be like, well, if I ain't buying it and it ain't really worth me listing it, I'm putting that joint on the gram. I'm sending a couple messages, and next thing you know, I'm out of there.
Right.
And I ain't trying to bang nobody in the head. I don't need no 50K, no 30K. Like, yo, give me money. A quick
Right.
and them Jones add up.
No, yes they. When I first started out, man, I was doing deals making $1,000, 2,000. Because what I failed to realize, volume is everything to me. As far as just doing, you do 3, 4, 5 deals, and you make like 3 grand or something like that. Like that stuff add up. So I always looked at volume. Like it ain't all about trying to make the 10, 20s. I mean, now for me, I kind of I shoot for a certain amount, but if it don't work out, I'm still doing the deals. Even if
Go ahead, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, somebody said a good point. Like, yo, rent it for a year and then flip it after that to make the taxes on the flip not as bad. So that is true. I had a
Rent
rent
for a year, flip after a year. It's up to only pay
10%
10%
to capital
taxes when you
gains.
wait. Oh yeah.
That's the Molly Franks. That's definitely a good tip. And then Muff was asking any real estate events. So we got a real estate event coming up this Sunday with Newton the Entrepreneur, actually, teaching people, how to purchase that first home or how to go from the first home to the second home. And we'll also be doing credit repair tips and
Okay.
also financing here. So that's this Sunday. And then as a realtor, do you prefer selling wholesaling? Curious for myself. As
Mhm.
prefer selling over wholesaling. So as a realtor, yes, I do prefer to use my license over wholesaling because I mean, for me, I know what I'm doing as a realtor. So like people say, well, it's a lot of work and paperwork. It's to me because I know what I'm doing. Like with the wholesaling, you got systems. So like it's not hard, I feel like, as a realtor because I know what I'm doing. And not to mention because I have been taught wholesaling things, I do own property. I know how to analyze a deal so that when I put it on the market, it's going to sell. Like I honestly get mad if my deals don't sell in the first 2 weeks when I put it on the market. If it don't sell the first week, I'm tight. But
Right.
second week, I'm like, yo, this is some bull crap. I need to figure this out. Like I'm doing something wrong. But most of the time, if my deals don't sell, it's not saying it's my seller's fault, but I'm just saying they probably making it harder than it got to be.
Right.
And that's another question. Oh, where is the information at? So the information is in my Instagram story, or also look on my page. But it's in my Instagram story. Hit the link in my bio, or hit my Instagram story. It's definitely on there. But it's gonna be Sunday at 2:00 about that event. But Jameer, also talk about that. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
I think we was talking about like the deal. Like you said, if you don't sell your deal, I know
Right.
that's what
Yes.
right.
Yes. So how does that work? Like, what do you do in regards to deals that you put them out there if they don't sell?
So normally is many reasons if your deal don't sell. If you put them out there, they don't sell. Normally the price is probably too high. Some investors don't, want to invest there. That's like really the main two things. Like if the price is too high, so for an example, I'll get a deal, I'll analyze it, get it locked up, and I'll be like, okay, talk to my marketing team and just be like, all right, let's put it out for this number. We put it out for that number. We see if we get any bites on it. And normally, when I get deals, like honestly, if I price it right, I put it out there, it'll sell within seconds. Like, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I don't even like sometimes if I get a deal, I don't even put it out because sometimes I got
You know
investors
who
that
to buy.
I already know. So sometimes my deals won't even like make it
Right.
to people emails. I'll get them like sometimes I'll sell a deal before I even got it locked up, to be
Right.
honest. Like, they'll send me a lead and I'm already talking with the homeowner. I know what price I'm gonna get them at. I'll hit my investor up and say, hey, I got this. You want it? He'll be like, yep, I want it. And I'll sell it before I even. So sometimes they don't even make them out. They don't make it out. But to answer your question, if they don't sell, sometimes the price is too high. And what I'll do is maybe have it out for like 2-3 days, and then I'll reduce the price and then see what I get. And then if it don't sell at all, then that's when I go backwards. I go back to the homeowner and I try to renegotiate with them and maybe get some offers from the investors. If they be like, the price is too high, okay, give me an offer. What would you pay for it? And then I'll get that price, and then I'll see what I'm working with from there.
Okay. So right now, I guess YouTube, for instance, like, do you have anything on YouTube that you could share that you feel like helped you just actually?
Yeah. So literally, the only person I used to watch on YouTube is Max Maxwell. I studied that guy like day and night.
Him and Tony the Closer.
I studied. So I remember I actually got on a live with Tony the Closer when I first started in wholesaling. I ain't do no deals or nothing. I just kind of I was trying to put myself out there,
Right.
and I just wanted to get some information, and I was just asking them questions. And I studied them guys like day and night. And I used to listen to Bigger Pockets podcast. Literally, like to this day, when I drive, I barely listen. Like I don't listen to music like that. I just like to, feed my mind and stuff like that. So I listen to like Bigger Pockets. Is this what is it? It's called Wholesaling Inc. It's a podcast. Wholesaling Inc. is a really good podcast. Yeah, I listen to them. Yeah, they like the only people. I used to study them day and night.
Okay. What else? Any other recommendations as far as books?
Books.
Don't gotta be wholesale.
Oh yeah, books. Books. Yeah. So books that I read, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's number one. It's this good wholesaling book too. It's actually on my page. If is the title is if you can't wholesale after this, I got nothing for you. Pretty much that book. It teaches you from step one to the end. Okay. And I remember that's like a book that I read. What else? Think and Grow Rich.
Another dope book.
Another great book. I got so many. What else? The Outliers. I do a lot of reading. I read a lot.
Okay.
48 Laws of Power. I'm actually like reading that like right now. What else? Another good book, The Go Giver. That's an amazing book. Amazing book, man.
Listen, I out of the bed right now.
Yo, I picked the book up. Once I read it, I had to finish it the first day. So that book is I promise, The Go Giver.
Be 5 days because I was on and off, but I was every day I had like how like you want something to eat, like no, I wanted that book. So the Go Giver, they got a series.
Oh really? Yeah, I ain't never know that. I just had the book.
But that one book, I just bought it by accident. I happened to be in Barnes and Nobles, and like the red cover just kept like calling.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, that book is amazing. That book is
amazing. One thing I learned about that book, and I think in life is in that book is the more you give, the more you receive.
I got you.
And that's all I do with this. You know, even like people reach out to me all the time, and I'm like, I'm here. Like people know they can call me anytime, and I'm giving them information, whatever you need. People call me.
No, The Go
But
Giver. Asking what book was it? The Go Giver.
the Go Giver.
The Go Giver.
Yeah. So
Nah, well, we definitely appreciate you, man. We definitely rooting for you, man.
nah, I appreciate you. I told you I appreciate you allowing me to come on this platform to put myself out there, you know, share information of what I got. I really appreciate that.
Nah, man. I tell people, look, this how I keep learning. I'm learning from
Right,
years, young, old. It don't matter.
right.
Definitely. But don't forget, if you want to come out this Sunday from 2 to 3 o'clock at the Cancer Who Center is the location. Hit the link in my bio. Please register. Please wear your mask. Again, please wear your mask. We're going to safely give you guys the information you need to, again, get credit repair or just improve your credit. You might not be anything wrong with it. You just might want to have better.
Appreciate you. No,
Um,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just was saying thank you. I was just saying thank you. I was just reading the Johns.
you know, this is in Philadelphia. I'm not sure where you are, but this is in Philadelphia this Sunday. The link is in my bio. It's a free event. It'll probably be the last event for the year due to COVID, but we're going to work on getting these events between Zoom and these other events in person. But, you know, we just got to be careful with, you know, keeping our distance with each other, but still giving y'all the information y'all need because everybody need a house. And if you want to buy a house to personally live in, buy a second house, or you might be ready to hit your mirror up with the information. Because the crazy thing is investment in personal home ownership, they all go hand in hand with, you know, the fundamentals. So, you know, that's the goal. So if we can help you get that situated, we got you. Somebody said they from Atlanta. Well, I love coming to Atlanta. I can't wait to get back out there. So, you know,
Yeah.
spend time
I
out
used to I used to live in Atlanta. Atlanta is dope, man.
right. And Newt just came from over there too. So we might have to go to Atlanta and get him some game. You know, but anything else you want to lead the people with, man?
No,
What,
not. Oh, actually, so what I'm working on right now too, just to share with y'all. I'm working on an ebook, and I told a lot of people been telling me, you know, I should do it. I got so much information, you know, to share and stuff like that. So to be honest, I'm not really that big with the social media stuff. I try my best to get on here and, like, you know, do some type of marketing and stuff like that. I'm trying to be more involved in it because I noticed, and what I take from is that when I first got into the business, you know, I used this platform to get information. So that's what I got to start doing it more. I just be so focused into, like, you know,
now,
working, but
so remember you said automation. You need to get
yeah,
your social media manager and you
right.
build
That's
the
what,
together.
yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, but pretty much yeah, so that's what I'm working on an ebook now. And in my ebook, I'm going to teach, I'm gonna teach you how to put systems in place. Literally. So I'm not just gonna teach you, I'm teach you the basics of wholesaling, but then it's gonna go all the way into putting systems in place. Literally the same systems that I use. Whereas though you set everything up and leads just come to you. Like
Let it
leads
come.
just come to you. Yeah, just let them come. So I'm working on that now. That's actually in the works.
All right. Well, like I said, I definitely appreciate you, man. You dropped a lot of gems tonight. You know, providing value so somebody can help you help them. So
Yup.
team effort. You know, using your 9 to 5 to fund your business and to quit if you want to quit. But some people might actually enjoy their job. So if you
Yeah.
enjoy your job and you know you hate your check, this other revenue, wholesaling and real estate investing, it all goes hand in hand. But you basically fund it with your 9 to 5.
And that's exactly what I did. I just used the paychecks that I was getting from there, and just kind of was like trying to invest it back into, you know, the business that I was trying to start. And I just was, you know, some people don't do it. You know, I was working on my business while working at that job.
Mhm.
I knew my mindset. I just knew I wasn't going to be there that long. I just, you know, I couldn't just quit right there. I
Right.
was like, let me just do some deals. And then after that, I just was like, it's time for me to get out of there. I'm all in. But
And
Yeah.
that definitely kept that motivation for you. Like, yo, I know I'm not supposed to be here. Let me hear it out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
Now,
two, I'm sorry to share with y'all what I think is important. Please get a mentor. Mentor like mentor is a cheat code, man. I promise you. Like I'm telling you, it's a cheat code. So I got several mentors now. Like that's real key. And I just wanted to share that, with everyone. Like a mentor is a cheat code.
yo, before you get a mentor, read that Go Giver book.
Yeah.
Read that. I'm telling, like, yo, read that Go Giver book and then get the mentor or try to get the mentor.
Yeah.
That book,
That book is like I get the chills thinking about that book,
yeah,
man.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's crazy thing. It's so good. You don't want to read it again because you feel like it's going to get tainted.
Exactly. And
Now,
it's an easy read too. It's an easy short read. It's straight to the point.
right. Nah, man. But like, definitely salute to you, young king, man. Keep doing.
Nah, appreciate you.
No problem, man. I'm looking forward to seeing more things to come from you. And what's your social media for people that want to connect with you?
My personal page is my name, Jameer_Hughes, and my business page is Hughes Housing _LLC.
Oh, well, they want that Hughes housing because they trying to get that deal that we
Yeah.
about to talk about when we get off this
I
call.
know they probably gonna hit me up. Yeah.
So definitely salute y'all next Thursday. Well, no, yeah, next Thursday. We back next Thursday. That's not the holiday. Next Thursday we back. But don't forget this Sunday we got the home buyer event, and we gonna ride this thing out to the year, y'all. Y'all be safe, enjoy it, and Jameer, definitely salute to you, man.
See you. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. See y'all.